What you're going to find as a man is that being stable, honest, loyal, and hardworking is the fastest way to have women pull away, lose interest, and consider you as boring. What you're going to see in today's video is the reasons why women will consistently punish men who do everything right, and oftentimes the better that you treat that woman, or on top of that, the more effort and emphasis that you put into that relationship, you're going to be left empty-handed due to the fact that she has lost genuine desire that she once had for you. This marker board presentation that I'm going to make today will totally change your life, but only if you actually have the wisdom to accept these truths that I'm going to actually show you step by step. Now, today's MBT, Masculine Behavioral Technique Celebrity Spotlight, is from Jack, and he goes, Casey, less than 1 month into this, and I have a girlfriend who is absolutely obsessed with me after being single for years. He goes, the first 3 weeks have been absolutely mind-opening. I can't wait to see the rest. Guys, this is the results that I'm seeing guys get every single week when it comes to masculine behavioral techniques. So what I want you to do after today's video is done, you go down below, you check out the link in the description, and you watch that end-to-end presentation that I put together specifically for you. Let's dive in. Now, extremely important video, okay? Women will punish men who do everything right, and I'm going to show you step by step why, okay? I crafted this presentation for it to be a chain link. What that means is each of these points will connect to the next point, which means you have to stick with me in sequential order so this makes sense on a deep level. So when there's nothing wrong with a man, meaning you're stable, you're consistent, you're honest, you're loyal, you have integrity, you make 6 figures, you drive a Bentley, and all of a sudden you're this top dog in your own brain, okay? When there's nothing wrong with a man, they look for something to be wrong with him. You have to accept this truth fully, okay? This is how a woman's brain operates. The quickest way for you to actually start to understand not only attraction, but also arousal in the eyes of a woman is to start to see the world, or attempt to see the world through her lens, which means that her brain is polar opposite to yours when it comes to how she perceives attraction. If you accept this truth fully, what you can finally start to digest, what you can finally start to understand, what you can finally start to see is that women crave men who create tension and uncertainty. Okay, some might call this the bad boy effect, some might call this the arrogant dude, some might call this the guy with bravado. Okay, but it doesn't matter what you label it as. The fact is, women like to emotionally fix situations. Okay, so she needs you to break something. Read that with me one more time. Women like to emotionally fix situations, so she needs you to break something. This is why oftentimes what you'll see, if a guy enters into a relationship and he tries to be the fix-it man, okay, the guy who's trying to fix her emotions, or the guy who's trying to make things better, you will notice he's routinely entered into his feminine energy. One of the biggest ways you can tell if a relationship is going to go south is if that man has entered into fix-it mode. If you're trying to fix something, you've reversed the roles and you've entered into that feminine energy, and she can no longer look up to you. Since women are naturally the nurturing ones, since women are naturally the ones who like to fixate on the issues and help fix them, okay, they like to be the ones in those situations who can do so. That means, as a man, you need to create that tension so she has something to focus on. I did not write the rules. I did not write the playbook. Okay, this is how they operate. You have to accept it. That's why I say you accept these truths fully. So, when there's something that she can fix, okay, this lets her feel like she's needed and like she's winning you over. This is what a woman wants. High value in the eyes of a woman comes down to her winning you over. This is the only way that hypergamy is satisfied. So, no tension equals boring. If you go to your same corporate job every single day, I don't care if you make 5 figures, I don't care if you make 6 figures, I don't care if you make 7 or 8 figures. I don't care. I don't care if you have a 6-pack and you're 6% body fat and you drive a Bentley, and then on Saturday, Sunday, you drive around in your Lamborghini. I don't care. No tension equals boring. Okay? Boring men in all ways, shapes, and forms. Here's the behavior you're going to get out of women. She's going to pout. She's going to act like a baby from time to time. See if you'll chase after her. See if you'll nurture that relationship. See if she can reverse the roles and try to get you into fix-it mode so you fix the situation. Once you've opted into that role, genuine desire has dropped and will continue to drop. Not only that, she's going to randomly create temper tantrums or turmoil that doesn't need to be there. And on top of that, she's going to start drama. All while pinning this on you, making you believe that it's your fault. making you believe that you did something wrong, when in actuality, you've done nothing wrong. The fact is that you've been so stable, you've been so certain, you haven't added any turmoil or tension whatsoever, that she views you as a boring man. The second that a woman views you as a boring man is the second that she starts to get a glimpse that you're not pre-selected by other women. The second that she starts to see that you're not pre-selected by other women, it's going to lower your sexual market value in her eyes. You've now exposed and revealed your SMV. She's going to start to get the hint that you can't attract women who are as high of quality or as attractive as she is, or to the degree that she thinks she is. Therefore, here's what's going to happen. She 100% will now start to chase new men that she views as alpha. There is no way around this. If you get classified or categorized as a boring, stable, predictable man who does everything right, you're going to be left for pain. Okay? Women are naturally nurturing, especially to their children. This is why women, okay, they're survival creatures. They're optimizing their survival for the best chance for their offspring. Okay? Since women are naturally nurturing, okay, she wants to go, oh my God, how can I make this situation better? Well, if you never have any tension, you never have any drama to bring to a woman's life, she has nothing to fix, she has nothing to make better, she gets bored of you very quickly. So the only way guys can start to turn the tables, the only way that guys can start to have leverage in these relationships or in these interactions is men must redefine what high value is in the eyes of a woman, okay? You have been programmed, whether it's socially programmed, whether it's programmed through media, okay, you have been programmed as a man that high value equals you either own your own business or you're high up in the corporate ladder, you're rich, tall, and handsome, and you're strong. Okay, and when people say strong, they think strong physically. Okay, we're going to be breaking down these two different aspects of how women categorize things when it comes to attraction versus arousal. Okay, attraction. What is attraction to a woman? When she looks at a guy and she goes, I might be interested in him. I don't want to necessarily sleep with him yet. Okay, I don't necessarily even want to go on a date with him yet. I don't necessarily want anything long-term or serious with him, but I'm attracted to him. I might give him a 30-second window of opportunity to say something. What is attraction? Attraction is only a means to you getting your foot in the door. What that means is these are the things that need to be for you. Okay, so when guys talk about things like, my purpose in my career. Okay, cool, but that needs to be for you. If you want to go be a millionaire and you want to make 7, 8, 9 figures, that needs to be for you. Getting into shape or looking attractive. Okay, this needs to be for you. This needs to be something that you're doing on your masculine self-improvement journey if that's the road you decide to go down. Okay? Toys and resources. You want to own a Lambo? You want to own a yacht? You want to own a Bugatti? Cool. This needs to be for you. But if you think that in any way, shape, or form, these are the turnkey metrics that's going to keep a woman's desire, you're going to be in for pain, and I'm going to give you an example why. Men think status and climbing these ladders in life, social ladders, corporate ladders, right? The hierarchy of their company, their corporation. Okay, these things only get your foot in the door. She sees you as a guy who might be a leader of men or a good fit potentially. Just because that woman views you as a potential attractive fit does not necessarily mean that she wants you or she doesn't want you yet. Okay, what I'm telling you is these things are great on paper only if you're doing them for you. If you think you're going to, if you think that God is going to just rain down on you and give you this turnkey relationship and this amazing woman that just comes into your life and loves you for you, this is not how it works, okay? These things do not do anything to create emotional attachments with women. So you might be sitting there wondering, well, how do you create the emotional attachment? What is an emotional attachment, okay? Since we've covered attraction and all of the masculine things you need to only be doing for yourself, now we need to reverse this, okay? What that means is now we need to explain arousal and desire, okay? This right here is the one thing that matters to make her stay. If you can consistently keep her desire high, okay, if you can own a spot of real estate right up here in her mental state, if you can own a spot of real estate up here in her head emotionally, you have won. Okay, arousal and desire equals she stays. So what does that mean? Well, that means these are the things that create emotional turmoil for her to fixate on. She wants something to fixate on. She wants to sit there at night and go, I wonder if he's texting a different girl. I haven't heard from him in 2 hours. I wonder if he's at the club. I haven't heard from him in 3 hours. I wonder where he's at. He didn't ask me to hang out this Saturday, and he asked me to hang out for the past 2 Saturdays in a row. Is there a different girl? Did he go on vacation? Is he over at his friend's house? right? Is he out like she wants to wonder what the hell you're doing. If she doesn't wonder what the hell you're doing, if you like, here's what you got to know. Every good morning text, certainty. Every check-in text, certainty. Every time you say how's your day going, certainty. Every single time you're consistent and you say want to hang out on Friday and you ask every single Friday night, certainty. Do you know what women do to men who give certainty? They punish them. Women punish men who give certainty. The second you create certainty is the second that she doesn't want you, okay? Arousal and desire only comes from uncertainty. This is why it is in your best interest to live life on your own terms 24/7. I can't stress this enough, okay? When guys get into relationships, like they will start to bend and mold their entire life around that woman. I have seen this time and time again with numerous guys. If they wake up at 10 o'clock on a Saturday morning, they think, oh no, she woke up at 8. I didn't text her good morning quick enough yet. I better get up early so that way I can start our day and try to build something together, me and her. Okay? When you live life on your own terms and you genuinely don't give a single fuck, like you remove the care completely, this is only when you win. This creates the tension and the drama that she needs to keep her emotions satisfied so she doesn't view you as a loser. Okay? Attraction and desire equals she says. These are the things that create emotional drama in her head to fixate on. So you might be wondering, well, Casey, what are these? Let me explain. These are the things that make her fall in love. When you demonstrate any sort of emotional drama or turmoil and give her uncertainty, and the cool thing about this is you can do this at any age, at any height, at any income level, and I don't care what your body fat level is or any of that. Okay, if you can own a spot of mental real estate in her head and live rent free, you, my friend, have won that woman's heart. Reason being is because since you have not committed to her, you have not said, yes, baby, I'm your husband, I'm your boyfriend, I'm your lover boy. Because you haven't done that, you trigger one thing. You trigger the aspect that you have satisfied hypergamy. What this says when you have not committed, what this says when you're actually the type of guy who is willing to exercise your options, is this says mentally or subconsciously, this makes her say, hey, I'm not good enough. The second that she says, hey, I'm not good enough, do you know what happens to her desire? It goes through the roof. What is hypergamy? Hypergamy is when a woman wants to date up. Well, that doesn't just mean date up on paper, meaning you make 100 grand a year, and since she makes 50, she looks at you as a higher value fit. Hypergamy is a feeling. So when you genuinely can create this what if factor in her head, meaning what if he doesn't like me? What if he doesn't commit? This is hypergamy in a nutshell. This says, hey, I'm not good enough. That means, hey, mentally, I view him up here. I feel like I'm down here. Since I have something to look up to, guess what? I want him sexually, right? I want him in the sheets. I want him in bed. I'm obsessing. I'm fantasizing over him. This is the way that you get a woman's heart, is she has to look up to you. She has to say to herself every single night, hey, I don't know if I'm good enough for this man. I don't know if I'm good enough for this man in a relationship. I don't know if I'm good enough to where he would only want me. I don't know if I'm good enough where he would only want me sexually or to be exclusive with me. This creates tension. This tension makes her look up to you. Here's what happens when you commit. Here's what happens when you start to lower that perceived psychological value. Before she was looking up at you, you start to give more certainty. Now she feels like she's at your level. Okay, hypergamy is less satisfied. Now, what tends to happen? This guy right here starts putting her on the pedestal. Now she looks down on him. Now she exits the relationship. Same guy, same income level, same height, same bank account, same muscle mass, same smile. Your charisma didn't change. The only thing that changed was the psychological perceived value that you held in that woman's head. This is how you keep attraction. There's no way around this. I'm going to show you why there's no way around this in a little bit. And I might feel like I'm on a rant right now, but I don't care because you got to understand this at a deep level. These are the reasons why you're married. This is why you see guys married for 5-10 years, 2 kids, and she's cheating with the bartender. This is the reason why you see the woman who is the good girl and she doesn't really do a whole lot, but then all of a sudden it's like she's with this guy and all of a sudden she just doesn't feel the same way. You have to be able to spot this. Okay, here's how you create the desire. What you do is you have to make her fall in love. You make her fall in love by giving zero certainty. What you do is you pull back randomly. Well, what are the types of guys that would pull back randomly? The only types of guys that pull back randomly are guys who can exercise their options. Guys who have social life of abundance. Guys who don't put women first. You put yourself first, okay? Not only that, you don't care about her. The second you care about her, once again, roles are reversing and you start to lose the psychological perceived value. Hypergamy is less satisfied. Well, what else? This guy who probably she has high desire for has zero fear of loss. Well, if you don't fear losing her, what's going to happen in her head? She's going to think that she's easily replaced. Once again, if she doesn't think you can replace a girl of her level of attractiveness, she will also exit and she will dissolve that relationship. Okay? Women only want what other women want. If you have other women who are attractive that also want you, or you can give the psychological perceived image that you do, this is how you hook a woman into love. Okay, not only that, when a man acts this way with zero certainty, okay, she has no choice but to enter his frame. So what I can tell you is this: you guys sitting there worrying about if women pull back, if women go away, if women start to withdraw interest, if women close off sexually, here's a newsflash for you. Women can't pull back if you never pull forward. The only reason she's able to pull back is because you gave that one too many good morning texts, that one too many, do you want to go grab lunch right now text. You gave one too many certainty texts. This is the only reason she can pull back, is because you pulled forward. If you never pull forward, hypergamy is typically always satisfied. So now that you understand this, attraction, getting your foot in the door, does nothing to build the attachment. Attraction, getting your foot in the door, does absolutely nothing to make her fall in love with you. Only the arousal and the desire can do this, and this comes from you knowing how to build a true attachment. This makes her fall in love. Now, attachments can be broken. Love can be broken. The second that even this guy stops doing these things is the exact second that she will probably dissolve the relationship. You've seen numerous rappers, professional basketball players, professional football players, and guys with high status commit to a girl. The roles start to get reversed where she no longer looks at him as that celebrity that she once did. Now all of a sudden she dissolves things. I didn't make them this way, and I can't change the game. I can only expose you to how the game actually works. Please don't come down on me for this. I'm just showing you what will happen in your relationships if you don't listen to this. You are not immune to female nature. I am not immune to female nature. Neither is Jeff Bezos, neither was Dr. Dre, neither is any of these guys. So just accept the fact. Now, moving forward, okay, what does a guy have to do to start to get around this? What does a guy have to do to start to win? First and foremost, men need to start making women compete for them. You need to make women compete for you on the sexual playing field. You need to make women compete for you in the dating game. You need to make women compete for your time, your attention, your resources, and your care. Okay? She already understands that you are attracted to her beauty and probably want sex. She understands this. But now you have to reverse the roles and you want to say, well, what does she want? Well, what does she want from that? What if that's your end of the deal that she wants, what is she probably wanting? She probably wants to prove to herself that she's good enough. She wants to prove to herself she can get your approval. She wants to prove to herself that you will care for her. She wants to prove to herself that you categorize her as wife material. She wants to prove to herself that you really like her. And once she does this, once she has this approval, she can now exit and she can now chase this approval from a different guy. Hypergamy is always trying to optimize itself to the highest value man. All you can do is start to make women compete for your time, your attention, and your resources. What does that mean? That means you have to say, if you're going to choose to enter into relationships with women, intimacy, or sex with women, this is the mindset you have to abide by. Alphas, okay, guys with alpha traits, alphas get detached post-sex. Alphas do not get attached. Take this with me step by step. Mentally, when you sleep with a woman, okay, if you got to that level with her, okay, mentally, you need to have the ability to detach and lose something from that experience. That means you never try to build anything with a woman. The second you try to build something with a woman, you've now entered into this frame that I just exposed to you, where you've given her your approval. You're showing you want this to go somewhere. That is her job. I think one of the biggest mindset shifts that men need right now going forward is that it is never in your best interest ever in a million years to try to build something with a woman. It is not your job to build a future with a woman. It is not your job to build a lifestyle with a woman. It's a woman's job to try to build something with you. And if you look at this on a deep down level, this is why. You are supposed to be the competent one. You're supposed to be the one with vision and purpose. You're supposed to be the one with resources and a good financial situation. You're supposed to be smart. You're supposed to be strong and capable. All of those are traits. If you look at this as a pie, a good cherry pie or a good apple pie, you have all these goods. You have the whole pie. You have the whole kit and caboodle. Therefore, it is in her best interest. It only makes sense logically. You got to get this through your head. It is in your best interest to understand that she needs to be the one trying to lock you down. You have all of these great potential characteristics. Do not give them away freely. You need to start to make women compete for you. So, what am I getting at? Okay, making them compete for you, this equals, hey, I'm a man in demand. Man in demand equals pre-selection. Pre-selection equals you're selected by other women. What do we know about that? Once you're selected by other women, it's like you've gotten the stamp of approval. What's the stamp of approval? The stamp of approval is that hypergamy satisfied. If you check the boxes that other women give you, meaning if other women view you as a hot option, if other women view you as popular, if other women view you as a hot guy to sleep with, she will naturally view you as a hot guy to sleep with. You could be 5'2", only make 20 grand a year, okay, and for whatever reason, like, maybe you're not even that in shape or nothing going on for you. But if she sees that other women, for whatever reason, are interested in you, her interest is going to perk up. This is how women work, okay? Women want what other women want. Use this to your advantage. Start to make women compete for you. So, what I'm going to tell you is stable men are punished by women. In all ways, shape, and form, they're punished. Here's what I mean by that. If you're rich, she's going to make you wait for sex. Well, we'll get to that in a second. You're polite and you do things by the book, she's going to make you wait for sex, okay? Not only that, let's say you're smart and you're corporate savvy, you're going somewhere, you're climbing the corporate ladder, she's going to now make you wait for sex. She is going to withhold her intimacy. She's going to withhold her pie, okay? I give you the pie analogy right here. You're like a cherry pie or you're an apple pie. It's natural for her to want to lock you down. Why is she doing this? Well, if she sees a potential future in you, okay, if she sees a potential future in you or with you, now what happens is that you get the shy and you get the good girl version of her. So what am I telling you? I'm telling you to conceal everything about you. Okay, conceal it. Conceal your success level. Conceal your interest level. Conceal your SMV. Don't reveal your sexual market value. Conceal your intent. Okay, make yourself a mystery that she has to figure out and that she has to chase. Okay, page by page, a guy she has to unfold. This is the only way you're going to actually get ahead in the dating game. I want to go back to this for 1 second though. I want you to understand something. If you're after a woman's genuine desire, okay, a woman's genuine desire where she loves and adores you and she's consistently hot and heavy for you in bed, one of the fastest ways to make it far harder for you, okay, is to start to categorize yourself as a guy who has potential long-term future. If you come with this out of the gate and you start showing her all these good, successful characteristics about you from day one, you're going to be screwed because she's going to withhold something. It's like she's going to withhold that desire because what she's trying to do is frame herself as the good girl who doesn't do those types of things. Every single guy gets a different version of that same girl, depending on the characteristics he puts in front of her. Keep this in mind. For a lot of you guys, success, I've seen numerous guys, making money and gaining success actually makes it harder in their dating life because now women want something, okay? They hold back that desire. They hold back that interest level. This is why you have to conceal your intent. You have to conceal your interest level. So what I can tell you straight up is you do not get to have your cake and eat it too. And I'll explain what I mean by this in a second. There's a lot of guys where they say, well, Casey, can I be the guy that she wants to sleep with? And can I also be the guy that she wants to date? And the answer is no. And I'm going to explain why, okay? If you want her best sex, I wrote this in big bold letters so that way you don't have to try very hard to focus, okay? If you want her best sex and you want her genuine desire, never, and I mean never, under any circumstances, get into an exclusive long-term relationship with a woman where you're monogamously committed to her. Read this one more time. If you want her best sex and you want her genuine desire, never under any circumstances get into an exclusive long-term relationship with a woman. You cannot have your cake and eat it too. You do not get to be the guy that she wants to sleep with and the guy that she wants to date. No, you cannot be both. I'm going to read the exact comment from my other YouTube video yesterday. So the guy goes, is it possible to be both assertive and masculine and also provide the stability and comfort? Word for word I put, no it isn't. Once you enter into a relationship, you lose the excitement that you once provided. This is 100% true, okay? The element of committing, okay, in the first place, the element of you saying, yes, baby, you're mine. Yes, baby, I'm yours. Yes, baby, let's start a family and get a white picket fence and build a big dream palace on the ocean. You doing this lowers your SMV. This reveals your SMV. This reveals your interest level, okay? Basically you giving the certainty that says, yes, you're good enough. This lowers your SMV. This reveals your interest level. Not only that, this destroys all sexual tension. You've now committed. The only way that you maintain a woman's desire is through uncertainty. Commitment in and of itself is certainty. You cannot have your cake and eat it too. Not only that, this lowers desire. So here's what you got to realize. What I'm trying to explain at an easy to understand level is you do not get to be both. You don't get to be the guy that she wants to sleep with and the guy that she wants to date, because I'm going to read this word for word. Once the bad boy commits, he's no longer the bad boy anymore to her. You might be the bad boy, you might be the guy that she wants to sleep with to a different girl, but to her specifically, You have now just became hers. So what I'm trying to tell you is this. Once, even the bad boy, once he commits, he's no longer the bad boy to her. He's now became the soft, cute, cuddly teddy bear. And over time, that desire drops. So no, you do not get to have your cake and eat it too. If you want her best, genuine desire, never under any circumstances ever get into an exclusive long-term relationship with a woman. Okay? Every single picture that you take down by the ocean, every single picture you take on Valentine's Day, every bouquet of roses, just know that she's going to slowly lose desire for you, and she's going to be very soon giving her best sex to a different guy who doesn't act that way. If you like this video, hit the like button, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.